Hello guys, welcome to the 3D market commentary for today. Today is Thursday, December the 2nd. Some of you might have your Christmas trees up already. I'm definitely doing it this weekend. So let's just make sure that we cover the disclaimers. There they are, top left hand side. Please read them, not just for legal reasons, but also to understand what kind of things you can expect from these kind of videos. Now, the 3D market commentary is a video that we do every day, Monday to Friday, to accompany an email that we send to our free members. Now, that email goes into 5 major markets in the world, and we look at 3 separate elements per market, which is why we call it a 3D market commentary. So I'll show you that in a minute. If you have any questions whilst you're watching, if you're watching the recording, or if you think of things afterwards, by all means, email us. You can email me at becky@tradictive.com. You've also got support@tradictive.com, which is also a good place to send your questions. However, the best place to put your questions, if we can just bring it up, here we go. The best place to put your questions is to this link here. So it's tradewithufos.com/Becky. And then you can scroll down here and ask a question in this public forum. Now, the reason that we want you to do that is because if you post questions there, we can respond to the questions there. So all of the questions and answers are in the same place, and therefore other people can come to this place to learn. You might find that the questions you have already been asked by somebody else, in which case the question's already there, or the answer's already there. So you can use this to post questions, but also to read other people's. From this link as well, you can book one-on-one coaching if you want to. You can get apps and platforms and things like that. And like I said, you can ask questions. So let's go into that 3D market commentary. So we said that it's referring to, there we go, just bring it up. We said that the 3D market commentary is a video that comments on the email that we send out. And this is what we have here. So the email that we send out, like I said, has 3 major elements per market that we look at. So the first thing that we look at is what we call market climate, which essentially means what's the upcoming market direction? Where are we likely to see the market move? Up, down, or nowhere? And therefore, do we buy, sell, or do nothing? Now, we use an app to help us. It's called the AutoClimate app. It's a free app, and on most, or free app on most platforms. And what we do with AutoClimate is we use it to help us figure out where the probabilities lie. So if we had a thick blue dot, that tells us probability is upwards. Therefore, we should look to buy. If it's a thick red dot, that tells us probability is downwards, so we should look to sell. And if we have a thin dot of either colour, that tells us probability is neither direction, which means we do nothing. So it really helps us figure out that first question and figure out what we should be doing. Then we might want to know where to buy and sell. That's where our UFOs comes in. UFO stands for unfilled orders. And essentially what it means is, where do we have lots of buyers waiting and where do we have lots of sellers waiting? Now that's helpful to know because lots of buyers will likely push the price up, lots of sellers will likely push the price down. So we want to know where they are. So we look at these little green UFOs with the prices on the side. They show us where the buy orders are, where are the buyers. We look for the little red UFOs with the prices on the side to show us where the sellers are. So again, helping us figure out exactly where to buy and sell. And then the last thing we look at is market volatility. How quickly can we expect these markets to move? So we'll look at each of these per market. Starting with the S&P 500, which is the top 500 US stocks. So this is what we have here. Now with the S&P 500, we firstly have a confirmed downwards climate. That's a thick red dot there, probability downwards. Now we have gone slightly past what is normal in terms of a move to the downside, but still probability down. Something to bear in mind is that we have buyers reasonably close by. So they are between 4479.75 to 4436.25. Now we have sellers, but they're higher up. Those are between 4740.5 to 4649. So we have probability to the downside for the time being, but we have buyers in the way. So wouldn't be surprised to see price turn if it hits that stack of buyers. But for the time being, just about probability to the downside there. Now, with volatility, we would expect that the S&P 500, the top 500 US stocks, would move up or down by 28.2%. So that means a movement up or down in 1 day of 80.61 points. In a week is 177.45 points, and in a month 369.4 points. That's the S&P 500. So moving on to the next market, which is oil. In the meantime, whilst I load it, check out up here the different courses that we do. We do offer courses on stocks, forex, futures, backtesting, trading plans, and psychology. Most of them come with a 3-month complimentary access to the apps. AutoClimate is a free app on most platforms. You can get it on anyway. AutoUFOs, where we see the buyers and sellers, this is a paid for app. It's a small monthly fee. You can subscribe directly to it. Depending on which platform you use, depends on the price. You don't have to do a course in order to get it. However, most of the time it's actually cheaper to do a course and get the UFOs for 3 months than it would be to just get the UFOs for 3 months. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so crude oil, confirmed downwards climate, thick red dot here, probability down. Now, something to bear in mind is that we are overextended. We've been going down nearly twice as far, or more than twice as far, than what we would normally go down for. So bear in mind that we are overextended, but still probability down. Now, we have a little bit of room because we don't have buyers until 60.77 to 58.73. Sellers are even further away, above us, at 79.23 to 77.98. Overall here, probability to the downside with oil. I wouldn't be surprised to see it keep falling until it hits this stack of buyers and then might go up from there. But bear in mind we're overextended. So overall probability down, not every box is checked, but still overall probability downwards. When it comes to volatility, we'd expect oil to move up or down in 1 year by 78.18%, which means in a day, up or down of 3.29 points, in a week, up or down of 7.25 points, and in a month, up or down of 15.09 points. So that's oil. That's weird, I just breathed in, I don't know what I breathed in there. Next market is gold. So with gold, before we go into it, just to say, we do offer coaching and support. We do a bunch of coaching and support for free, so you can join us on loads of free platforms. There's also a small monthly fee if you want to pay for a closed coaching community with us, where you get access to more of our time. But otherwise, like I said, we do offer a bunch of stuff for free. So with gold, we have thick red dot, confirmed probability to the downside. We've just about reached the end of what would be a normal move down, so we might see it turn. Wouldn't be surprised about that. We have sellers up here, 1873.3 to 1844.2, and buyers down here at 1652.8 to 1624.4. Overall, we're kind of in the middle, quite far away from either stack of buyers or sellers. We have probability downwards, but we've reached the end of what would be a normal move down. So slight probability to the downside, I would say here. With market volatility, we would expect that gold would go up or down in 1 year by 18.39%. So in a day, that's up or down of 20.59 points. In a week, up or down of 45.33 points. And in a month, up or down of 94.36 points. Okay, so that's gold. Next market is the US dollar. Now, as I load the US dollar, I just want to make a point about the fact that everything we're talking about here is statistics and probabilities. It's not guarantees or definite things to happen, right? We never know what's going to happen in the markets 100%, so we manage our risk just in case, and we might add some extra things in here to add probabilities. We want to at least start with knowing where the probabilities are, and that's why we use this technology to help us. Okay, so looking at the US dollar, we have an unconfirmed climate. That's a thin dot there. Not enough probabilities either way, so don't do anything. We do have buyers and sellers close by. We have buyers here at 95.595 to 94.695. They've already worked to push price up. Price came in and was pushed up from here. That's why we want to know where the buyers are, because they push price up. And we have sellers here at 96.94 to 96.66. For the time being, keep away from the daily chart anyway of the US dollar, because it doesn't have probability either way. In terms of volatility, we would expect the US dollar to go up or down in 1 year of 7.24%. So in a day, that's up or down of 0.44 points. In a week, up or down of 0.96 points. And in a month, up or down of 2 points. Okay, last market, which is backed Bitcoin. As I'm loading that, just want to point out down here, being a top trader, we do have our own platform. It's recently come out. Top stands for TRADDICTIV Options Planner. But if you are a stocks trader or a futures trader and you link to TradeStation, it can be a great platform to use as well. Even if you're a Forex trader, you can use it for analysis. So check that out if you want to have a look at our platform. Okay, so back to Bitcoin. Thick red dot, probability down, confirmed downwards climate. We have buyers here at 49,702.5 to 47,450. We have sellers up here at 66,375 to 62,792.5. And we're in the middle at around about 56,000. So essentially, we're not close enough to either one of these stacks of orders for them to do anything. We do have probability to the downside coming from the climate, so likely to move down. In terms of volatility, we'd expect Bitcoin to move up or down in 1 year of 87.1%. So in a day, that's up or down of 3,096.6 points. In a week is 6,816.86 points. And in a month, 14,190.42 points. So that's Bitcoin. So for each of our markets, we have looked at climate, using AutoClimate to figure out where do we have probabilities. Do we have probabilities up, down, or nowhere? We've then looked at our buy and sell UFOs. We've looked at the green UFOs to see where buyers are, the red UFOs to see where sellers are, to give us an idea of where price might be pushed up or down from. Then we have volatility, understanding how quickly these markets are likely to move, how far they're likely to move within given periods of time. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully that made sense. Let's just have one quick look here at our economic calendar before we round off. We get this from fxstreet.com and we filter by high impact news, because what we want to know is which news reports that are coming out are likely to create an impact on the markets, i.e. increase volatility. So that's what we've searched for here. Now today being, weirdly missed out Thursday. That is strange. Maybe there's nothing on Thursday. That might be what it is. So today being Thursday, you'll notice that there's some news reports coming out on Wednesday. They're here. There's news reports coming out on Friday, tomorrow. They're here. But nothing for today. So that must mean there's no scheduled reports coming out that are likely to impact any of the major markets that we look at. So nothing to worry about today. We'll cover the rest off tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can email me, of course. It's becky@tradictive.com. But there's also, as we said at the start, tradewithufos.com/Becky. You can use this link to get apps and platforms if you like. You can book one-on-one coaching, and you can also ask questions in this public space, which means we can answer questions there and we can all learn from this community together. So let us know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a great trading day and I will see you on tomorrow's session.